Hey, welcome. Today we're diving into one of the most mind-bending books about, well, our minds. It's called Thinking Fast and Slow by the Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman. And it's all about this huge idea that there are two different ways our brain operates. Honestly, once you see it, it'll totally change how you think about, well, how you think.
All right, enough talk. Let's just jump right in and put your brain to the test. I'm going to give you a super simple puzzle. Now, here's the one rule. Whatever answer pops into your head first, just go with it. Don't overthink it. You ready?
So, take a second. A bat and a ball together cost $1.10. The bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball. So, how much does the ball cost? You got an answer? Okay, lock it in.
Okay, so if you're like pretty much everyone, and I'm talking about smart students at places like Harvard and MIT, the number 10 cents probably just jumped right out at you. It feels right, doesn't it? It's just so simple and clean.
And that gut feeling answer, yeah, it's completely wrong. But the reason why so many of us fall into that exact same trap, well, that's the whole point of what we're talking about today. It pulls back the curtain on this amazing drama that's happening inside our minds all the time.
So what in the world just happened there? To really get why our minds just played that little trick on us, we need to meet the two main characters in this story, the two different systems of thought that are basically running the show.
Kahneman gives these two characters really simple names, System 1 and System 2. Now, these aren't actual physical parts of your brain. Think of them more as useful nicknames for two totally different ways your mind gets things done.
So here's the breakdown. System 1 is your gut reaction. It's fast, it's automatic, it's intuitive. It's basically your brain on autopilot. System 2, on the other hand, that's your conscious, analytical mind. It's slow, it takes a lot of effort, and it's deliberate. That's you consciously deciding to take the controls.
Let's get to know the star of the show first. This is the one that's running things pretty much all the time, without us even realizing it. The fast and impulsive System 1.
So this is our brain's autopilot. It's the part of you that instantly recognizes your friend in a crowd. The part that finishes the phrase salt and, pepper. It's what gives you that weird bad feeling about a situation. It's basically a machine for jumping to conclusions, and it's built for speed, not for accuracy. And here's the crazy part. You can't just turn it off. It's always on.
This quote just nails it. You ever snatch your hand away from a hot pan before you even consciously registered the heat? Or maybe you've swerved your car to avoid something on the road before you even knew what it was. That, right there, is your System 1 acting like a silent, super-fast bodyguard.
All right, time to meet the other character in our mental drama. This is the part of your mind that you actually think of as you, the conscious, reasoning self that makes deliberate choices. Let's meet the powerful but, well, often very lazy System 2. Okay, let's go back to that bat and ball puzzle. To get the correct answer, you have to do all this. You have to actually slow down, engage your brain, and think through it step by step. So if the ball is 5 cents and the bat is $1 more than that, that makes the bat $1.05. And together, boom, $1.10. That kind of heavy lifting, that's a pure System 2 job.
System 2 is what you fire up when you're doing your taxes, or trying to parallel park for the first time, or carefully comparing two different phones before you buy one. It has this incredible power to check the facts and overrule System 1's crazy impulses. But, and this is a huge but, System 2 is lazy. It takes real mental energy to use, so if it can, it will happily just accept an easy answer, like 10 cents, unless it's absolutely forced to get to work.
So what we have here is this quick, impulsive hero, and its slow, kind of lazy boss. Why is this internal tug-of-war so important to understand? Well, because it's the key to understanding all the predictable mistakes we make.
This constant back and forth between the two systems, that's where we get what scientists call cognitive biases. And these aren't just random goofs. They're predictable, systematic patterns of messing up. They happen when our speedy System 1 takes a tempting mental shortcut, and our lazy System 2 just kind of shrugs and lets it happen.
Here's a perfect example you've probably seen a million times. It's called the halo effect. It's a classic System 1 bias. We see someone who's maybe good-looking and gives a great presentation, and our System 1 just instantly jumps to, wow, they must be super smart and competent at everything, even though we have zero proof. It's System 2's job to step in and say, whoa, hold on, let's separate how they look from what they can actually do. And this, right here, is the crucial takeaway. This is the superpower. Just by recognizing that this inner conversation is happening, you get the power to step in. When you feel that really strong gut reaction to a complicated problem,
You can learn to just pause and tell yourself, okay, hang on, that's just my System 1 talking. Let's slow down and let System 2 actually take a look at this.
Look, we need System 1. We couldn't survive without it. It guides almost everything we do right every single day. So the trick isn't to get rid of it, but to get better at knowing when to trust its quick, intuitive answers and when to hit the brakes and do the hard work of some real thinking.
Seriously, understanding this constant dance between these two systems is like having a secret key to your own mind. It lets us make better choices, better judgments. It gives us a language to understand our own mistakes and maybe be a little more forgiving of the mistakes of others. So, next time you get a powerful gut feeling, just pause for a second and ask yourself, who's really running the show right now?